Hey everybody, today we're here in Dawsonville, Georgia at the Georgia Racing Hall of Fame, where each year on Labor Day weekend they have a car show, and we're going to take a look around here and see who showed up today and see what we can see. So y'all come on and join me. Here's a nice little 71 Pontiac GTO in red. It's got what we used to call the Krager chromes on here, it looks like. And it is a manual transmission car, which is always good to see. I like driving a manual. Wow, this right here is a Hudson, and I'm not that familiar with Hudsons. You don't see very many, but this one's really neat. As you can see, it's got the side pipes on it and baby moons. And I don't know if my camera's picking it up, but there's a very faint ghost flame job there on it. This is really smooth. They've removed the door handles. Yeah, you don't see these very often. I'm impressed by this. Now here's what the interior looks like, because I didn't know. Like I say, I'm not that familiar with Hudsons. And here's a 55 Chevrolet that they've kept the patina on here. This one still has the original steering wheel, it looks like, which those usually disappear for aftermarket. This 67 Chevelle is really nice. Again, it's bright red and got this black vinyl top on it. It is an automatic car. Looks like he's updated the engine compartment here. Here's a nice little 32 Ford coupe. Had the fenders removed on it here. Got a GM small block in there. It actually says Lincoln 8 on the valve covers, but the distributor's in the back, so I don't know what's going on there. That's a little different green that I'm used to seeing. Don't see this color very often. He's got the old school pie crust tires on here. Here's a yellow Ford pickup truck. I think it's a 49 model. It looks like it still has Ford power in there. It's upgraded interior in here pretty good bit. Got a bucket bench seat in here. And a nice wood bed. What's a deep bed it looks like in this truck? Here's a 64 Pontiac GTO. As you can see, they've got a tri-power set up in here. They even got the old school battery there with the caps on it. Let's take a look inside here. Interior looks pretty stock. It is a manual transmission. It's a good looking car. Got the red line tires on it. Now, I like the twin exhaust coming out here on the side. Yeah, let me give you a better look at this exhaust. See how they got the twin exhaust tips coming out. Just does it on both sides there. That looks really good. I like that. Here's a 71 Le Mans. We saw a 71 GTO up there a minute ago. This is really straight, shiny black. Here's a 54 Chevrolet pickup truck that looks really nice. I see they've added the little eyebrows over the top of the headlights here. And it looks like he has LS power in here. And it has upgraded to leather interior. Looks really nice. As you can see, you got a nice wood bed back here. Been sanded down and polished out, it looks like. Here's a 67 Barracuda that looks really good. And as you can see on the breather there, he's got a very patriotic Barracuda holding an American flag. There's a 68 Roadrunner. So he's upgraded the engine compartment here. And this is a manual transmission car here also. Here's another 68 Roadrunner. This one's in a blue color. See, it's got the little dish hubcaps on it there. This one is automatic. The other was a 4-speed. And it still even has the original style mat that would have been in the back here. Here's a 65 Corvair. As you can see, I've added these stripes onto it, and those look really good on here. Beautiful white, blue, white interior. I think they were all manual transmissions. I'm not sure. Now, were these all manual transmissions?
No, you had 3 options. You had a 3-speed, you had a Power Glide 2-speed slip and slide.
Yeah.
You had the 4-speed. This is a 4-speed. This one's got a couple things that most of them don't have. It's got the desert air cleaner, which is that oil-based air cleaner. It's got the Kleenex dispenser. A lot of people think it's a radio. It's up there on the front.
Yeah, this is one of the old oil bath.
Yeah.
Wow, I thought they did away with those in the 50s.
All the way to 69.
Wow. Okay, here's a little Ford pickup truck. I'm not sure of the year model on it, but I want you to look at this. They have really stuffed a lot of engine into this truck right here. Leather interior. And it looks like digital dash here. And a solid wood bed that didn't have the strips going between it there. As you can see, he's done some custom work back here in the back. And I guess this is the fuel filler right here in the center. Okay, here's a 63 Chevrolet. And it has the 409 emblems here on the fender. And it looks like it's still the 409 in there, but they've added dual carbs to it. But those cutouts there and the valve covers are one of the things that I think helps identify it. Again, here's another one's been upgraded with leather interior. And wow, look at that upgraded dash in there. That looks really good. Now this model is the Biscayne. If I'm not mistaken, some of the other models had a different style chrome trim going down the side, but I'm not 100% sure, but it seems that way. Now this isn't a old car, but I have to show it to you. They call it the Beast. And they've really updated this thing a good bit. This is a really pretty Dodge Challenger. See, he's got some custom touches in here in the interior. It looks like it's an automatic, but it does have a pistol grip shifter on it. Yeah, this is a nice car right here. Hopefully they'll keep it for several years. It will become a classic, and future generations will enjoy seeing this. Here's a nice red 55 Chevrolet. Check out the color combinations on this Javelin right here, or it's AMX. That green and black is divided by a little red pinstripe there, and it really looks good. Now the AMX, the back seat is missing in this car. It came with no back seat, whereas the Javelin would have a back seat in it. But it is a manual transmission here, I see. Here's a little 63 Ford Falcon in bright red. It's got a, says a 302 engine in here. It probably came with a 6-cylinder when it was new. It could have, I think you could have got a 289 in it, but it was probably a 6-cylinder. And the interior looks original in here. Now, it looks like that might be aftermarket air there. Here's a 1939 Buick Special, and it does look special too, but they got some fun facts here, and it says that when it was new, it cost $996, and it's the first car in the U.S. to have turn signals. It has a 8-cylinder, but it's not a V8, it's a straight 8 engine in here.
That looks good, yeah. It really does.
If you had this car in '39, you had arrived. This is really a nice car. It has a sofa in the back seat. And that's how big the back seat was back then. Yeah, that is really something right there. Here's a 44 Deluxe that has a flame job on it here. It says it has a small block Chevy engine in it. He does have customized plates that says, "Oh my my." Here's a 63 Fairlane 500. It has V8 power. I'm not sure exactly what size that engine is, but he has been to the drive-in, it looks like. Now this is a 36 Ford right here. It is a soft top. It's really clean looking. Has nice plush bucket seats in here, leather. And these taillight pedestals right here, my wife calls these turkey leg taillights, so I don't know if anybody else calls them that or what, but that's what my wife has dubbed them. Here's a 77 Ford pickup that's really clean and straight here. And a lot of engine in there. Now I haven't looked around at this yet, but I think this might be one of the earlier or later GTOs here. Now this is a little Triumph Spitfire, and a friend of mine had one of these when I was in my late teens, and he did crazy things in it, but it was a fun little car to ride around in. It's got a straight 6 in it, which I thought they had a straight 4-cylinder in there. Here's a nice little 66 Chevelle. It looks really good. This must be a Malibu. I don't see any Super Sport emblems on it. Small block engine. And here's a 77 Trans Am, and this is one of my wife's favorite cars. And this is one of the cleanest ones that I have seen. Got the big golden eagle there on the hood. And even the trunk is just beautiful up here. Got the snowflake wheels on there. Let's take a look inside here. This thing looks like new on the inside. I mean, this is really, really great condition. And this is a little Volkswagen here. I don't know the exact model you call this. I don't know if you call it a Carmen Ghia wagon or what. Here's a 78 Corvette somebody showed a lot of love to. It really looks good out here. A lot of chrome in that engine compartment. And got the racing flag under the hood there. And this is just a really clean, stock looking pickup truck right here. Guess late 60s, early 70s. The inside is just completely stock looking there. They have painted the bed. It's wood bed, but they've painted over it, which is okay. It looks good. Wow, still got a straight 6 in it. Now here's a really nice 55 Chevrolet in black, and I like the stance of this, the way it sits up. It says the engine is 565 cubic inch, which should be plenty big enough. Now this is the old school interior here, what I call it, but it's got the diamond tuck, which was very popular years ago. Got the old style American mags on it. Still has the original spare style tire in here with the old pie crust tire on it. Somebody brought a Volkswagen bus here today, which those are always cool. And I can't remember what these are called, Banfala or something like that, but it's got the camping kit there on top. And here's a 69 Barracuda. I think we saw a 67 earlier. It's got the 383 in there. Looks like still has a stock interior. And I think one of the differences between the 69 and 67 we saw earlier is this fastback you have here. It's not quite as pronounced in the 67. Now here's a 69 Camaro. Looks like it's set up for a race with those big slicks on the back there. And let's see what he's got under the hood. Very industrial looking big block there. And that is a huge carburetor. I don't know how much CFM it is, but it's big. It'll be a RSSS with those hideaway headlights there. Now, when I first glanced over here, I thought this was a Volkswagen bus, especially with the paint scheme and Volkswagen emblem. This is actually a Subaru. They've disguised as a mini Volkswagen bus. And he does tell about it here a little bit. And this is just too cute right here. It is right-hand drive as opposed to our left-hand drive. But there's room for like 7 in here. Here's a 1970 Pontiac GTO Judge. And see, it does have the ram air scoops in the hood there. You can see how it feeds into the breather down here. And it does have the manual transmission, of course. And this one has the tack on the hood, which I think was an option back then. And we've got a big block 69 Camaro here. And I think those are Chevelle wheels. The stock interior, it does have a dual gate shifter in here. Now this is a 48 Hudson, which we saw our earlier model Hudson over there a minute ago. This one, however, has a straight 8 flathead engine in it. And again, this is really a big family car right here. You can sit 3 in the front easily and 3 or 4 in the back easily. So you can probably put 8 people in this car with no real problem. Now this El Camino right here, this definitely isn't the factory color on this, but it is a bright green metal flake. Really bright out here in the sun. Small black Chevy. And I think this is a 73 or 74 model. And this big Cadillac here has a tag says one Elvis on the front. Now, I don't know for sure what this is I'm looking at over here. Yeah, the Cadillac has the wide walls on it there. And it looks like original interior in here. And check out the size of those fins on this thing. I think this is a 60 model. That's very sleek the way that roof line comes down back there on the back. Now this is actually a Triumph Spitfire body that they've added this, I think it's a Chrysler engine here in the front, but anyway, it's definitely different from the other Triumph we saw a few minutes ago. Here's another nice 69 Camaro, bright red. And I like it whenever a car is in the sun and then like the shades of a tree, the different shadows it casts always makes it look really good. Got the houndstooth interior in here, and it is a manual transmission, and that engine is really chromed up there. In front of it is a 1970 Chevelle Super Sport. And I can see from here it's got the cowl induction hood on it. The dual gate shifter. The interior is really clean, new looking. And big white 454. I don't know if that's would be LS6 or what. Okay, here's a Dodge Dart Swinger, and it's got a lot going on here, both paint wise and I guess in every way possible. It has a slant 6 in it still. It looks like a hand-painted paint job on here. There's a couple of skeletons in the back. As you can see, he's changed the interior a good bit. Put some bucket seats in here. And Jonesy's Auto Detail or somewhere, decor or something. Anyway, yeah, this is a little different here. Here's a little Ford Econoline pickup truck. Econoline was their vans that they had back in the day. And if you've ever driven one of these things or a Volkswagen bus, you just ride up on the steering wheel. It really feels different driving these things. And he's got his surfboards in the back. And he's ready for a day at the beach, it looks like. Nice wood bed in here. Here's a bright red Fairlane 500. I think it's 64 model. I think we might have saw a black one a little earlier. I think I like the red better though. And he's definitely don't have stock interior. It's been upgraded. Here's a little fastback Mustang. I think it's like maybe a 67, 68, something, somewhere in that area. Nice Ford engine. This color blue with these stripes that they have here, that they really go well together. It looks good. He's put some plush leather buckets in here. And I don't know if that would be factory steering wheel or not. It looks like a later model steering wheel, but I could be wrong. But I've always liked this fastback look on these Mustangs. especially with the louvers. I think louvers just kind of set it off that much more. And this little Chevrolet right here, it has, I guess, what you would call a traditional flame job. I mean, this is the kind they would put on it for years. And this is a really good example. They did a really good job with the highlights and everything in the flames. I like that. It looks good. Come from the back here, you can see it coming down off the fender there a little bit better. Got cloth interior in this one. Late model seats out of something. And take a look at this little model they've got in the trunk back here. Duplicate of this car here. If I can zoom in. That's pretty cool right there. And here's another red 55 Chevrolet. And I hadn't seen it before, but in his parking lots, he's got the little bow tie in here. I don't remember seeing that in the past. And it could have just escaped my eye, but there it is. Looks like original style steering wheel here. And it looks like the seats look original style, but they're recovered in different material than what had been new. And it looks like we got a theme going on here. Here's a model of a blue Ford pickup truck. And just now we saw one on the 34 Chevrolet. But let me back up and get a shot of this truck here and see what I'm talking about. And here's the actual truck, and the model is basically the same color. And let me show you under the hood here. It does have Ford power, but I guess this truck is known as Papa Smurf because there's Papa Smurf underneath the hood there. Cool. And this little pickup truck, it has a lot of engine coming out of it here. Probably take this little small truck down the road pretty quick. Okay, well that's it for today. We looked around, there's some nice cars here, and hopefully next few days we're going to attend a couple more car shows around North Georgia, and hopefully we can bring that to you, show you that too. But anyway, y'all be blessed, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye. And here's a look at the car show from up on the hill, kind of looking down on it. You see, I didn't get around to all of them there, don't look like, but I got quite a few.